doctor in the world has ever made before. George looked at the kitchen clock. It said 10:05. There was nearly an hour left before Grandma's next dose was due, at 11. "Here we go then," cried George, jumping up from the table. "A magic medicine it shall be. So give me a bug, and a jumping flea. Give me 2 snails, and lizards 3, and a slimy squiggler from the sea, and the poisonous sting of a bumblebee, and the juice from the fruit of the boo-boo tree, and the powdered bone of a wombat's knee, and 100 other things as well, each with a rather nasty smell. I'll stir them up. I'll boil them long. A mixture tough, a mixture strong. And then, hey-ho, and down it goes. A nice big spoonful. Hold your nose. Just gulp it down and have no fear. And how do you like it, Granny dear? Will she go pop? Will she explode? Will she go flying down the road? Will she go poof in a puff of smoke? Or will she start fizzing like a can of Coke? Who knows? Not I. Let's wait and see. I'm glad it's neither you nor me. Oh, Grandma, if you only knew what I have got in store for you. George's grandma was a selfish, grumpy old woman. She had pale brown teeth and a small, puckered-up mouth, like a dog's bottom. What's more, George had a pretty good idea that she was a witch. She was really horrible. He sat in the kitchen, too frightened to go back into the room where Grandma was. There on the sideboard stood the bottle of medicine. It never did Grandma any good, but she had to have it 4 times a day, and the next dose was due at 11 o'clock. Suddenly, George knew exactly what to do about that horrid old witchy woman. He would make her a new medicine, one that was so strong it would either cure her completely or blow off the top of her head. He took an enormous saucepan from the sideboard and placed it on the kitchen table. "George!" came Grandma's shrill voice from the next room. "What are you doing?" Nothing, Grandma." "You needn't think I can't hear you just because you closed the door. You're rattling the saucepans." "No, I'm just tidying the kitchen, Grandma." And then there was silence. George had absolutely no doubts whatsoever about how he was going to make his famous medicine. He wasn't going to fool about wondering whether to put in a little bit of this or a little bit of that. Quite simply, he was going to put in everything he could find. Nobody had ever made a medicine like that before. And if it didn't actually cure Grandma, at least it would cause some exciting results. George decided to work his way around the various rooms, one at a time, and see what they had to offer. Upstairs in the bathroom, George gazed at the famous and dreaded medicine cupboard, but he didn't go near it. It was the only thing in the entire house he was forbidden to touch. There were things in there that could kill people. He made a solemn promise to his parents about this, and he wasn't going to break it. Anyway, there are plenty of other good things in the bathroom. Here's one. Golden Gloss hair shampoo. That ought to wash her tummy nice and clean, said George, as he emptied it into the pan. He took a full tube of toothpaste, squeezed out the whole lot in great long white worms. Maybe that'll brighten up those horrid brown teeth of hers, he said. There was an aerosol can of super foam shaving soap belonging to his father. George loved playing with aerosols. He pressed the button and kept his finger on it till there was nothing left, and a wonderful mountain of white foam built up in the giant saucepan. With his fingers, he scooped out the contents of a jar of vitamin-enriched face cream. In went a small bottle of nail varnish. "If the toothpaste doesn't clean her teeth," George said, "then this'll paint them as red as roses." He found another jar of creamy stuff. Hair remover. Smear it on your legs and allow it to remain for 5 minutes. George tipped it all into the saucepan. Then there was some yellow stuff, called Dishworth's famous dandruff cure, and a white powder for cleaning false teeth. And the last thing was another aerosol can. Nevermore Ponking deodorant spray, guaranteed to keep away unpleasant body smells for a whole day. She could use plenty of that, said George, and sprayed it all into the saucepan. Then he went to look in the bedroom. There, on his mother's dressing table, was yet another lovely aerosol can. Helga's hair set, Hold 12 inches away from the hair and spray lightly. Spray lightly. He squirted the whole lot into the saucepan. He did enjoy squirting those aerosols. There's a bottle of perfume there called Flowers of Turnips, which smelt of old cheese. Ugh. In it went. Then there was a round box of powder. It was called Pink Plaster. There was a powder puff on top, and he threw that in as well for good luck. He found a couple of lipsticks. He squeezed them out and chucked them in. Ugh. Then he went downstairs. In the laundry room, the shelves were full of all kinds of household items. The first one was a large box of super white for automatic machines. Dirt will disappear like magic. George didn't know whether Grandma was automatic or